going on, everybody? It's Geoff Grammer with the Albuquerque Journal. I am joined by Sean Reider. Sean?
That is me.
Did you mute that?
It's muted.
Yeah. All right. And we're off. We are at University Stadium. Delayed post-game show tonight because, there was some good reason for it. Mm-hmm. There was a delayed post-game press conference for the Lobos as well because there's some scenarios out there that sort of had to play out after the Lobos win over San Diego State. And we will start off with Sean, who covered today's Lobo football win over San Diego State, and tell us, give us a quick rundown of what everyone needs to know, and then give us a sort of a whatever you can from the locker room sort of scenario.
Quick rundown might be a little bit tough in the sense that there was so much that kind of happened. But no, I think probably that is the most thrilling finish I've seen in my time on the beat easily. The most meaningful game in my time on the beat easily. It felt like kind of, we knew this was a big game. We talked about like it was a big game, maybe the biggest regular season game ever. Although I thought there were some good arguments against that, particularly some of the 1997 games at 1997 BYU. I digress. Credit to like the fans and all that. I thought they made it feel like a big game atmosphere. UNM, of course, had a 10-0 lead in the second quarter after that James Lobstein 40-yard TD. And then there was that Tavian Combs dropped interception that could have been a pick six. And that was something in the fourth quarter. I wasn't watching this game and that UNM was going to win this game. I was actually kind of writing, my takes in the event that they kind of lost. That's what I was kind of picking at that point. And one of the takes I had then was that it would have felt like that Tavian Combs, if he just would have had that, just would have hauled in that ball, that would have been a way bigger moment because then they would have been up, 17-0 if he returns it for a TD. Even if he doesn't, they would have great field position to, put some more points on the board. And then it felt like San Diego State really started to just kind of impose their will a bit, especially defensively. They made Jack Lane's life miserable. He got sacked 7 times. UNM really struggled to protect him. If they do end up getting the conference championship rematch, that'll be one of the big talking points. How do they protect him against that defensive line and all that as well? I thought, Lucky Sutton, they got into a pretty all right rhythm, San Diego State in the run game. But I do think UNM's defense, more than anything else, kept them afloat. They just kind of kept San Diego State just like right. They would bend a little bit, but they never truly broke, with the exception of that gorgeous like 49-yard TD to Donovan Brown and all that. That like one of the most smoother like deep ball TDs I've ever seen in my entire life. That was absolutely perfect.
He had 3 deep balls actually that were really right on the money. I think all 3 of them were fantastic throws.
Well, he had one. Not to actually at you, but he did have one that I thought was like a little bit over. But yeah, other than really like that play, and then the
one down here that was broken up.
We're pointing. You guys can't really like see where we're pointing at, but yeah, the one that was broken up. I think that was John Johnson. I think so. But yeah, I thought Denegal, honestly.
This is a great show.
I thought Jaden Denegal did a lot of nice things today. But anyways, of course, it got to a spot really with the final 5 minutes where I thought San Diego State was going to win it. I thought they were going to play for the field goal, even less than 5 minutes, actually. It was tied 17-all. And after UNM had a great 4th and 2 call, Jason Eck talked a little bit about that play in the post-game press conference and kind of said, like, they couldn't talk to Jack Lane and, like, because they saw how San Diego State aligned, and they're like, oh, this play's going to – but initially they were going to try and get him to jump off sides. And then they were like, no, let's just get this play in and go do that. Of course, it worked out. Great TD for McKinney, great play design there. And then and really Eck talked about, they weren't down going into overtime or anything like that, even if it kind of felt like they were, there were points where I was watching that game late, and I kind of felt like they were almost just hanging on like a little bit. Like it really didn't – it felt like San Diego State was just going to pop for something. That would be kind of that. That didn't happen. And I talked about, they didn't feel bad going in overtime because they felt like they were not in a great field position compared to San Diego State. And that was really affecting things.
They couldn't flip the field. Yeah.
He's like, if we go to overtime, we're going to have equal field position. That's going to benefit us. Of course, Austin Brawley, what a phenomenal interception on the first play of overtime. He talked a little bit about that. He played Kent State when he was at Ohio. Kent State that was coached by Sean Lewis, the head coach of San Diego State, and it was just like inside zone RPO that they loved, and he just immediately recognized it. And then I think John Johnson had the deflection on that. I'm pretty sure, something like that.
Sounds good to me.
And then
I was writing the fans.
So yeah, got that. And then James Lobstein, tough run, and he fumbles the ball away, and the crowd obviously just all kind of gasped, and groaned. And X said if he could go back, he would have just try to center the ball immediately. That's what they were trying to do, and then just kick the field goal there. But of course, it all worked out because UNM, after that turnover, UNM went to the end of the field, got the Cade Keefe touchdown. I thought that was a really good play too. It's called Y Stealth. Good stuff by Cade Keefe. Didn't get the 2-point conversion, so then there's nerves still up. And then
2-point conversion, by the way, there were some fans wondering. It is required in the second overtime.
Yes. Didn't get the 2-point conversion, and then literally, I still kind of can't believe that San Diego State was at 3 straight false starts. Three straight.
And there are fans
that
are upset about that. There were some Gloria Navarez comments, but I don't know. They're all 3 pre-snap penalties.
So 3 penalties, and they have forfeit goal from the 30. Jaden Denegal checks it up, falls in the back of the end zone. Lobos win the biggest game in so long for this program. I mean, that was crazy. It's one of the crazier ones I've ever covered. Do not read my takes right now on ABQJournal.com. They are terrible. I need to rework them because that finish was so wild. But let's get to some questions, man.
Go read anything else on the journal. ABQJournal.com is where you can find a lot of great content minus one story.
Minus one story that's really bad right now. But it'll be good later. It'll be good later.
So good later.
It's going to be awesome. So good. Oh, and we should probably talk a little bit, too, before we get into other things about kind of the post-game atmosphere.
Yes.
There was a field storming.
Yeah, let's do 2 parts of the post-game.
Yes.
First, the immediate aftermath kind of plays into what Melvin is saying here from X. Most epic atmosphere I've ever experienced.
It was pretty crazy. It's crazy what rally towels do for a crowd. It's crazy the effect it has, man.
Is there a rally towel around here we could show people that weren't here?
Yeah.
But anyway, was it Inequi Trust? I think is what
Inequi Trust, and it had kind of a
So
picture
anyway,
of that on it.
White rally towels, 10,000 of them out there, and it was cool to see University Stadium, which I've never seen like that. Even at the sellout, you could hear it. At the sellout, of course.
This is the most engaged crowd I've ever heard at University Stadium.
Yeah, today was 30,500 and I think 27.
75?
75-ish. Yeah. 575, because I noticed it was 575, which is the area code outside of Albuquerque, but the other New Mexico area code. Anyway, 30,575 was the announced attendance today, and I think it was a legit 30,000 crowd. This was an engaged crowd.
Felt like it, man.
And this was probably a better crowd if you're rating crowds, right? Like if you're grading them out. This was a better crowd than the New Mexico State game that had a 37,000 sellout. So they're going crazy, right? And the drama led to a lot of that.
Yep.
A lot of whelps that I was tweeting out.
World record number of whelps.
Yeah, we had
this afternoon.
We had 4 overtime whelps. And it was back and forth. They were going to win, and then they weren't going to win, and then they gave it away, and then they weren't going to give it away. And the point being, the atmosphere in the stands was fantastic.
Yep.
When they finally clinched, and it was incomplete, and the crowd, the field storm was epic. It wasn't just a few hundred fans, because on the football field, you need fans. You need a lot of people to make it look good.
It's a lot different than the Wazoo field storming last year, where that was field storming, big win and all that, but there wasn't that many people. Yeah. There were people online just like, that's a field storming?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, people were making fun of it. This was a different deal. This is a proper field storming.
Yes, it absolutely was. So there's that part of it. And then there's players and coaches lingering on the field while they put up on the video board the Utah State Boise State game. And we'll kind of get into a little bit more of that here, in the show too, because I'm sure a lot of your guys' questions talk about and ask about scenarios and stuff like that. But the Utah State Boise State game kind of played into how the post-game press conference would be. So at one point they had actually asked a bunch of the players to kind of get off the field and maybe go watch it, I guess, back to the locker room? Is that where they were asking them to go?
Well, they go back to the locker room, but there was still a ton of players out on the field, regardless. Like Gabriel Mochenbacher was like sitting on like the 15-yard line, like I'm assuming with his family. A ton of players with their families and all that. And it was an interesting vibe in the sense that you had this like crazy raucous celebration. Oh my God, we won! And then all of a sudden, it's all these people kind of like, not nervously, but really intently watching this Boise State Utah State game.
Some fans started to trickle off after the just celebration of the moment, right after a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But there were still several hundred. There were hundreds of fans just standing up on University Stadium field, which used to have a name, but now it does not. Watching the end of the Utah State Boise State game and cheering, as painful as it was for some, cheering for a Bronco Mendenhall led Utah State team to not ultimately not pull it off, but
they
did not get it. So that was one post-game scenario. And then actually there was one other part that you should tell, and you tweeted a picture of it out. That was just an awesome moment that you just don't
unique.
See. Yeah, you don't see every day.
Really, really unique, right? I come into where we do the press conference to put my laptop down, so I'm not carrying it around when I'm walking around the field, and I'm chatting with another reporter, and we're just talking about the game and all that. And I look over, for 5 minutes, I didn't realize he was there. It's just Jason Eck, just sitting in a folding chair with his, arms over his stomach, and just kind of intently watching that game, quiet, not talking to anybody, just completely alone. And I thought that was a really, really interesting. Again, like you said, you just don't see that a lot,
right?
Eventually he did get up and he walked out to the field, and he watched the end of the game with his wife Kimberly. But just a really, and I asked him a little bit about that. We can kind of get into that later as we talk. But just a really interesting kind of moment. And what a day, man! What a wild day. Excited to write about this one further. Definitely the most memorable game on my time on the beat.
So from there, we go to the post-game press conference. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? While I wish I had pulled this up while you were saying all that, but I'm going to pull up the picture of Jason Eck right now. But why don't you tell us then? You go to the post-game presser. How was that?
Go to the post-game press conference, and it's interesting, right? Because it's not like he's coming like right out of the celebratory locker room. You have that kind of that weird buffer from the end of the game to really the end of the Boise State Utah State game, which was then it was okay. Everybody inside. Let's get this press conference rolling. And the way he obviously UNM. We'll talk about it more, but the skinny of the situation is that yes, they're 6-2. Yes, they're tied for the best record in the conference. They could still very easily get left out of the conference championship game because of how the metrics work out. That's even if UNLV loses tomorrow and stuff like that. If UNLV wins, obviously it's a 4-way tie with San Diego State and New Mexico, Boise State, and UNLV at 6-2. And he basically, look, we're going to hold our heads high on this one for sure. Talked a little bit about, regardless what happens, talked a little bit about, some of the struggles that UNM had on offense. And he said, yeah, pretty bluntly, he's like, yeah, it's because of San Diego State. It's what they do on defense, how big they are, the guys that they have. I thought really at a certain point in that game, I was writing a take that was basically saying like, this game kind of shows just how far UNM has to get in some ways, because like, you need a roster like that to kind of contend for, and obviously San Diego State's not really in the mix for a college ball playoff spot, but you need something like that to firmly get in the mix as a G5, G6 team and all that. I talked a lot about some of the, the plays, obviously K. Keefe touchdown. He gave a really good answer on that I thought was very compelling. Talked about kind of the overtime strategy. I think everybody would agree that with the exception of the field goal bungle and all that as well, then they were trying to center the ball. So I get the thinking and all that as well. I think everybody would agree that was a pretty well managed overtime for the most part. Obviously they got the, they went on defense first, which is what everybody kind of says you should do.
Well managed though. I mean, he said he regretted not just kicking it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he wanted to center the ball. Yeah. So I get that. I get that line of thinking there, and then obviously fumble, and that's that. But
I'll question this. Do you think that was it Jack that threw the ball for the 2-point conversion? Do you think he had a path to get in though?
I don't think he did actually.
You don't think he did?
I don't think he did.
Okay. I watched replay and all that good stuff.
I don't think he did, and that was my thinking initially watching that play, and then I forget exactly who from San Diego State was in front of him, and I was fine with the decision to throw that there.
There's a penalty, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
But, all right. Let me get to some more questions here. So anyway, that's the picture that Sean tweeted out of Jason Eck in the weight room, just sort of solitary. Solitary, except that Sean and one of the TV guys were just sitting there
yapping it up, talking ball, talking life, talking dudes.
Speaking of talking ball, it was pretty cool that
whoa, hey,
there we go. J. Eck came up at halftime and just kind of hung out. I was talking with J. Eck a little bit during halftime. And
before we get into the J. Eck, there were it's not always like this, and there were some UNM fans, not like, and I don't mean like reporters as fans. I mean just straight UNM fans.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they were.
I don't know who they were in the press box, and my God, I have never heard Frank or any SID for that matter yell, "No cheering in the press box! No cheering in the press box!" After that TJ McKinney touchdown, because those guys got loud.
And it's weird though, because like if you're coming to a football game and you ever end up in a press box, like people may think whatever they want to think of the media, but like it is a rule. You do not cheer in the press box.
You don't know. You are reminded before every single football game, no cheering in the press box. It's a real saying.
So it is a weird thing if you've never been in that environment before, and these guys couldn't help themselves a few times, big play for the Lobos.
Yeah.
And they'd get admonished. And then there was one time where Frank just really got on him.
Yeah. Like, the first time was honestly like pretty funny, but like, if you are a fan, like in a press box, don't do that. Like we are like trying to work. Not that we're like doing super remember, serious, important stuff, but
there's people from the other school. They're the
San Diego State. Yeah. They're SIDs. They're comm staff.
They're working in the same room as us, right?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Jayak.
Oh, Jayak in the press box. He was up there too, obviously not cheering. But he's
Jayak gets a pass because he doesn't cheer during games, but if something happens in a game that like doesn't go well or whatever, you just hear a
yep.
He just bangs the table, just one single solitary.
He was I could tell he was wearing it on his face too that fourth quarter. And Grammer we're in a good spot. And he was enjoying the moment, and he was a nervous wreck. And I asked him at one point, I said, like, are you enjoying any of this? And he said, I'd rather be coaching than watching right now. Because when you're coaching, you're in the moment and you're thinking about what's next. You might be nervous a little bit, maybe, but like
you're locked in. You're dialed.
Locked in. You're doing something.
Yeah.
When you're watching, you are just watching. There is nothing you can do. And he I don't think was enjoying the moment all that much, and enjoyed the celebration. But man, he said, I wish I was coaching and not watching right now. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Jayak has been an awesome addition. Just additional like thing to UNM football this year.
He has been.
Very much enjoyed talking to Jay, and awesome addition.
I love getting texts from him. He was at the Duke basketball game last night. And
was he? That's awesome.
I just get texts. I get texts from him about basketball games, and like he's an old ball coach, just like his son, and I love it, man. I love it.
He's awesome.
The X have been great for Albuquerque, and I got a new college basketball texting buddy in Jayak. All right, I was there the whole game and recorded. I don't know what you mean you recorded. You like just on your phone? You recorded the whole game?
I think they mean like the crowd and stuff like that, the atmosphere. Okay.
Huge win, says Aztec 2 Tacoma.
You're not wrong.
Lobo up, says Adam.
Adam, good to hear from you.
All right. Proud and understatement of the century. That is from E. Wokies.
I think there's a lot to be proud of, man. UNM did not play a perfect game, but yeah, they pulled it off.
I stayed after the game and watched Utah State versus Boise State. It was fun.
Very cool. And we'll probably get into it, and we'll probably have to talk about it on later shows, depending on what happens with the computer ratings and all that as well. And I don't think a lot of the discourse will be very positive in general, just because of there's some teams that have pretty good seasons that could get left out and all that as well. But yeah, that is, I guess that's the one kind of cool thing about it, is that it got that really interesting, unique post game scene. I don't know like where else you're gonna really like see that, frankly.
Yeah.
That's not how it's gonna be at a P4 school and stuff like that as well. Like just really interesting and really unique.
All right. Let's get some other questions and comments in here. Metrics, if UNLV wins or loses tomorrow.
So if you're a UNM fan, you still want UNLV to lose. You still want UNLV to lose just to knock another team out of that tie and all that as well, right? So right now you have San Diego State. And I see some people on Twitter are talking about like UNLV's already won that game. I'm not saying I think Nevada's going to win. This is a Nevada team that's won 2 in a row. It feels like they've kind of turned things a little bit. They haven't beaten awesome teams in San Jose State and Wyoming.
It's a rivalry game.
But exactly, it's a rivalry game. It is in Reno. I saw Geoff Choate was fired up, man, talking about like they have every advantage, like that kind of deal. And I was like, whoa.
There's a lot of that goes on in this state.
Exactly, 100%. And he's talking about how Nevada's a beat up F-150 and they're the Maserati, and just classic ball coach stuff right there. Good stuff from Choate. He knows how to get the boys to play. So I'm not saying they're gonna lose to Nevada, but
I guarantee how to use what I heard.
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that, but I don't think we should count that as an automatic win or anything like that.
He's not saying.
And certainly, I don't think you should count. UNLV should be looking at any opponent, and UNLV is a good team, but I don't think that you'll be looking at opponent and saying, yeah, it's an auto win or whatever. So, defense show up, Richie. But yeah, to kind of get to the point, the metrics. The thing that I kind of want to emphasize here is that like it will be good for UNM's like other opponents on the schedule to get wins tomorrow. If Michigan beats Ohio State, that would help UNM incrementally, but not by a lot, but it would still help. That Hawaii-Wyoming game I think matters too, because that's going to affect a lot of the other teams in the metrics, records and stuff like that as well too. So I have not looked at any of the updated metrics. I don't even think SP Plus is updated. Usually he puts them out on Mondays, so that'll be interesting, right? Because we won't have eyes on that. I got to look at KPI. I'm going to have to get the Sports Source subscription. I'm just going to have to do it. So that is what it is. So I can actually look at it, because it's a point now where we need to see every metric. But
all right. Well, Richie says the defense showed up today. He also said he's getting an neck jersey when the budget allows. Then we got Larry in. Broncos just took a lot of money out of UNM's pocket. No championship host. Great win, though. Fair.
Yeah.
Aztec Toots Coleman's in. Very interesting quote from him. You said, hopefully we will hear something soon from him.
Yeah.
From his camp. Oh, I got you. Did you feel that was a positive direction?
Yeah, it sounded like a positive direction for UNM, I should say. I asked him, kind of the obligatory thing you kind of have to in this spot in a season like this, and the fact that he's been, if not like linked to other jobs in the sense that like, oh, like so-and-so, he's interviewing for this job and stuff like that. You do kind of have to ask a question. I asked, like, what do the next few weeks kind of look like for you in terms of, sitting down and working things out with Fern, and because obviously UNM wants to keep you, and but you're viewed as an attractive candidate for other coaching jobs for sure, and that's not going to change. And that also the situation could change very quickly as well too. But he did say, he said he loves it here, and he has not talked to anybody. Of course, we can do the whole deal what we did with like Bronco on the other end last year, where it's, well, he's not talking to anybody, but any other schools, I should say, but his agent might be fielding some requests and talking to some people as well, or some other schools, programs, things of that nature. But he did say, he kind of teased something at the end. He said, I think there will be some positive news to come out of our camp soon. So I don't know. I think that was a little bit of a tease for something positive.
Just so going back to this comment here that Larry made, he did update and say he meant Bronco Mendenhall when he said Broncos took a lot of money out, but you could go either way with it. I mean,
yeah, you could actually, yeah,
it works either way.
Boise State and Bronco.
All right, I don't wear another man's name on my back.
I do every now and then. Yeah, I have a Sabrina Ionescu jersey. I'll wear a woman's name on my back too. Do that. Good player. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, the fifth dew of the night. Dews are being crushed. Popping dews, brother. Let's go.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Ben's in.
Ben.
Lobos.
Ben, this I can't imagine how good this one felt for you.
I have no voice left. Well, I am glad that you get to send in your message then and just type it in. Thanks for being here, Steve. John Romero is on YouTube saying, unbelievable game. I was waving my white Eck towel the entire game and yelling at the top of my lungs, I believe. I believe you. Stephen Lujan's in on X. Never would have thought. Lobo crowd could force 3 consecutive false starts in double overtime. Felt very much like a pit crowd. I will say it did feel like a pit crowd, right? Like some of that momentum. That was like a pit game. I don't know that it was 3 straight false starts, was it?
It was 3. Yeah, it was 3.
No, I know it's 3, but were they all false starts? I thought one of them was.
One of them was another procedural. You're right. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm blanking on what it was.
They lined up wrong. I think basically.
Yes.
Right? So.
Yes. Good shout there. Good shout.
Yeah. Do not. I have to correct you. That was not 3 straight false starts.
Yeah, that was false start and then a false start and then a legal snap. Okay. So the last one was legal snap.
I would think after that crowd, the state and Lobo would see the need to give this man a raise.
I don't even know if it has to be this crowd and all that as well. Although, like anyway. UNM, yeah, like although UNM, like this is how I mean, like literally the fact that they're, this is great financially for UNM. This is absolutely terrific. They are doing very well on that front with this kind of stuff. But yes, no, I think they had reached that point even before today.
I can tell you that today also. Because I did go down to the Zia Club level where a lot of donors are.
Oh, you
rubbing elbows.
High class guy, huh?
And
not one of the not among us, dude. Not one of the working guys.
A lot of the people who do donate money beyond just season tickets and beyond just their purchasing of tickets, like that is a pumped up group of donors right now, and there's a lot of donors that are jumping on board, and that's usually only been donors. excited about the basketball team, right? So like they're tapping into some good donation times right now. So fundraising is going just fine for UNM athletics. My voice is also lost.
Andrew Quinn, who is not taking a shot at him, this is just kind of funny. I saw it. Who's a sports director for a station in Washington, said Jason Eck tweeted with a historic 9-win season in New Mexico, went undefeated at home and had a signature win over UCLA. Coach Eck is quite simply that, a born winner. He will be coaching a G5 team very soon and will be in the national title conversation every year. And Jason Eck responded 12 months ago, "We are G5."
When was this?
Literally
12 minutes ago?
Literally 12 minutes ago. He's setting the record straight.
When Jason Eck is on the socials responding. All right, back-to-back false starts. I've never seen that before. Yeah, it was great. I mean, one was
crazy.
It was nuts. But yeah, it was a unique time.
I couldn't believe it. Fourth and goal from the 30. Like, wow. Do the do.
We need sponsorship on. Well, never mind. No comment.
No
comment. Lobos. The crowd was so loud.
Yeah. Well, literally, you were trying to say something to me at some point in the fourth quarter, and I couldn't even hear you. Yeah. Like, granted, I don't have awesome hearing, but
well, you were also just not wanting to hear me.
Yeah, I was also trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do with that story.
Kind of quit talking to me. What a fantastic job today by the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more I kind of sit with it, yeah. I mean, and like they gave look, you look at the stat sheet, it's probably not going to bear out awesome in the sense of like yards allowed and stuff like that. But I mean, moments were big, man. They definitely rose to the occasion for sure, as they've been doing lately, frankly.
Line and Lane tried to be an anchor around our neck, but defense played inspiring. I thought that they were giving Jack Lane so much time in the first half.
Yeah.
Like I thought he had so much time back there.
And then San Diego State got going, man. Yeah. They got some dudes up front. That's one thing. I asked Eck about when he was sitting in that chair and kind of what were you kind of thinking about as you're watching the end of that Boise State Utah State game? He's like, really? I was thinking if we play San Diego State again, like we got to figure out a way to move the ball better and protect better. So yeah, he talked about that a good deal.
I literally made the comment about how good the line was in the first quarter, though. Like I was like, man, have they been doing this all year? Like,
and then
I think I sent you a message.
You texted me, and then even though you're sitting like 5 feet away,
you're pretending not to hear me. So I started.
And then this guy was blowing up my phone, trying to work, man. I'm trying to work.
Hey, dude, I'm
texting me whatever.
So, dude, I'm over here.
hey, buddy.
You need any Mountain Dew? All right. Are you aware of any recruits in the stands for the game? Huge atmosphere.
I don't. Well, they said they weren't going to do a lot of recruiting stuff this weekend because they felt it was goofy. To get have guys fly out on Thanksgiving, all that as well. There was one guy I did see down there, one recruit I did know of, but I think that wasn't. But it put cap in, it wasn't like a big recruiting weekend like the Colorado State weekend was. So yeah.
Eddie on YouTube is saying I've never seen people so psyched about Lobo football before. Good to see.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, because and let's take it back before Sean's time. Sean was still in I think 4th or 5th grade the last time they were in a bowl game here, but like the excitement around
high school. I was in high school.
Yeah. Was he though?
I'm a high school dude.
The excitement around the Bob Davie Lobo football teams that were going to bowl games, and it was unfortunate, but I think it had a lot to do with community engagement that Eck has and Bob Davie did not.
Yeah.
The excitement was not the same, and they had good players. They had deserving players of this kind of excitement and juice and all that kind of stuff, but the excitement was not the same. And that's why it's kind of cool to see some of those players have come back this year and kind of been given a sort of a welcome back moment with Jason Eck's crew. And because they weren't exactly getting it when they were going to bowl games under Bob Davie.
No.
Royce is in. Lobo up. Does anyone else find it odd that we do not know the formula for this tiebreaker? Shouldn't we be able to check the formula and confirm the right teams make the ship?
Royce, loyal listener, we do know the formula. We know exactly how they're going to do it. It is a composite average of where these teams are in 4 different computer ranking systems, right? 2 of them are predictive, so that's Connolly SP Plus through ESPN, and then the other one is oh my God, SportSource is also predictive as well. SportSource is the one you need to. It's proprietary. You do need to have a subscription to get it. I'm gonna have to do that later tonight just to finally get eyes on those numbers. But ESPN SOR and then KPI through Factor Sports, those are the other metrics. Those are results.
The Journal will pay for it.
The Journal will pay for it. They're results based, and you can Google ESPN SOR right now and look at it right now. And what they do is they take where each team is in all those rankings.
I have no authority to approve the financing of that. By the
So
way. I don't know why I said that.
If UNM is like 70 in SOR, or I'm just throwing out numbers, these aren't real. If they're 70 in SOR and 45 in KPI and all that, they take all those placements, they add them up, and they divide them by 4. And then whoever has the I believe the lower number, that will be the team out of all the averages. Those will be the teams that will play for the Mountain West Championship.
I am not in charge of the math on that. Visit.
Yeah, again, yeah.
Yes, that interception was amazing.
Yeah, crazy. Probably gave a really cool answer on that too. I'm looking forward to putting that out there.
All right. Aztec for life. Imagine winning based off a horrible PI call. Okay. Yeah, I am not going to tell any fan how to fan.
Yeah.
And that includes San Diego State fans.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that if everybody in this stadium agreed that it was a horrible pass interference call, nobody that has covered or been following Lobo football ever gives can care less about whether or not a pass interference call in a November football game cost them a game that may or may not get them into a Mountain West Championship game. This is one of the worst football programs over the past 30, 40, 50 years, however long you want to go back. This is one of the worst. They don't really care right now that maybe one pass interference call is what another team might be saying cost them the game. There's a lot of things that have gone against the Lobos that wasn't always their fault. They don't, I think, care. But also, I said that saying, I don't think everyone agrees with you. I think a lot of Aztec fans agree with you, but I don't think everyone agrees that it was a horrible PI call. Now, it might be.
I'm not going to tell a fan how to fan, but I'm going to tell a fan exactly how to fan right now.
No, I'm going to tell a fan. No, I'm telling him.
I'm kidding.
Feel that way.
Don't put me in between this. Don't put me in between this.
All I'm saying is fan.
Oh my God.
Fan the way you want to fan, but I guarantee you nobody here really cares if it was a good call or not, because they have not had anything go their way in about 30 or 40 years. I almost had a heart attack that we didn't kick the field goal. Yeah, that's right. After the turnover in the first overtime. Yeah. That was interesting, especially after the first down. I get it, not first down and goal from the 25. But once they got that first down and they were inside the 10, I think you center the ball and probably kick it.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what Jason X said. So, yeah, there's a lot of fans in here that were like, see, that's exactly what I was just saying a second ago. A lot of things have gone that way for Lobo football for decades. They had the win in hand. And did not make the winning play in that first overtime and almost gave it away.
Yeah.
Decades. We could have won in the first overtime with the field goal.
Exactly.
Loud fans.
Very loud.
Rushed the field.
They did.
Imagine losing because the crowd got your offense's head and caused 3 straight penalties.
We have some chirping. And then one of them was illegal snaps, so that's kind of different. But
that is some fandom going back and forth chirping right now. Imagine winning a game on a horrible PI call, and imagine losing a game because the crowd got in your head and you didn't know how to snap the ball in 3 consecutive plays without committing a penalty. That is
why sports are great, man. That's why sports are the best. Brings everybody together.
Look what we have here.
Oh my God, Susie Reider. This is a crazy fun game to watch. I want a towel too. I gotta figure out a way to get my mom a towel. Dad, Meg, and I all watching all getting ready for tomorrow's big football day. Tomorrow is a big day for the Reider family. It's a big day for my dad in particular. It is the game, Michigan, Ohio State.
Is that a big game?
That is a big game in the Reider household annually, and it's a big game anyways. So, yeah.
Who's won that game recently?
Michigan has. Interesting. Last 4 years. Yeah.
So, Susie, do you recall what your prediction on Tuesday was? We haven't gone and looked, but I think you had
something pretty close, Mom. I don't remember. Unfortunately, I'm blanking, Mom. I don't remember the prediction, but
I'm sorry, I'm texting somebody.
Jeez.
And one other question before I move on. Do we know what's on the game day menu for tomorrow?
Oh,
do we know what's on
the
game day menu?
I don't know the wet. I'm assuming it's cold right now, but I have no voice again. All
right. Well, I mean, read the comments. Your eyes still
tough.
work?
Yeah, tough.
Sorry, Greg. But we don't need your voice. We prefer if you could hear us, but Yeah. 5-5. That is correct. Is the goalpost in the Reider Grand?
No, that was the one thing. There was actually a cop talking to the assembled media. We kind of jokingly came up to the lectern before Eck got in there and kind of jokingly said, "All right, I'll take your questions now." And we actually did ask him a legitimate question, like, all right, like, so you guys were guarding the goalpost? They're like, yeah, we did not want the goalpost getting ripped out. So they were very intentionally doing that, but they were fine with the kind of slow, methodical field rush. That's the way they described it.
They are enjoying this year, but they don't want to have to buy a new goalpost.
All right, update from my mom. She said, quote, "I never predicted this one, and it's Italian beef tomorrow." Let's go.
All right, let's go. And contract extension coming.
It seemed that was being teased. Something along those lines was being teased tonight.
What an incredible game for Lobo football at the end of November. What a good time, says Greg Lujan. Greg, I know you can't hear me saying this, but we agree with you. I know you can't hear it now, but everyone's agreeing with you right now. Big game for UNM. I already formed my Eck We Trust towel. Framed, sorry. Aztec is in saying that would never have happened if this game ended in regulation like it should have, minus the refs. Could be.
There were plenty of other opportunities for San Diego State to put this game away beyond that. So it's a football game. Like,
Jeffrey Holland's in, who, by the way, I enjoyed the exchange throughout the game.
What did you do?
I thought Geoff body checking an innocent bystander was going to be the best part of the day. I was wrong. I didn't really body check the guy. Somebody before the game
that's
came
something
up to
a
me.
Guy who just body checked an innocent bystander would say. That's 100% something that they
Somebody
would say.
came up to me before the game and said, "Hey, are you Geoff Grammar?" And then
you slammed him.
Some contact was made, and he slammed into a parking pole. And I didn't do any of it. But I do have the audio of it because I was recording I was recording an interview with the fan.
That audio's got to go live.
Are you Geoff? Geoff Grammar? Bonk, bonk. Like, he hit it was one of those handicap parking signs in the parking lot.
You body checked him.
I didn't body check him.
Oh, you persuaded him to fall into a handicap sign.
I was left standing, as all I know.
Last camera standing.
The exchange that Jeffrey Holland and I had during the game and text message was pretty interesting too. And I pointed out that I don't know that New Mexico knows how to handle an important game in November in football. And that was evident by a few things. One, a guy being body checked before the game even started into a parking sign pole in the parking lot. But also things like, he was sitting by a girl who yelled during the game, "Yo, homie, hit that shit." And
whoa. It's a family-friendly live show. Whoa.
And I don't know if that was directed at the field or directed at something else, but like, that's not a common saying during a football game.
No.
But it was today. He also saw a woman maybe stumble a few seats in front of him and have a bloody nose in the first half. So it was well-lubricated crowd today. There was a lot of booze and a lot of celebratory Thanksgiving spirit.
Yeah, the level, like press level and all that. There's like a little like that's where like all the like the suites are and stuff like that, right? Oh man, right outside the press box, it reeks of booze. Yes. It reeks of beer, man. The elevator reeks of beer. And the floor is all sticky. It's like I'm back like in a college bar.
There was a lot of boxed wine consumed today.
Oh my god. Oh.
We won, but,
a lot of Franzia.
But am I still allowed to criticize Lane holding onto the ball too long again? Yeah, you are. I mean,
I think you absolutely are.
That I'm just telling you, go back. If anybody goes back and watches this game, look at that first quarter, and he held on to it so long because he had so much protection. They played with his mind. That's what happened. San Diego State for one quarter said, we're going to give him like 5 seconds in the pocket, and then we'll convert that to like 3.5 to 4 seconds in the pocket the rest of the game, so his timing's off.
I didn't get a great question in on this, but yeah, that was the sense I got, that it was certainly there was a lot of pressure, but it was also you got to find ways to get rid of it. Yeah. And now that being said, no turnovers for Lane, so I mean, really one interception.
When it mattered, he would still move the chain.
One interception probably could have sunk things pretty poorly, but yeah.
This is not about Jack Lane. This is about Jason Eck. He deserves a big raise, a big one. Steve Singletary's back in on YouTube saying, even though There were quite a few who left during the fourth. Yeah, that was weird to me. Did you notice that?
That was so odd. Yeah, that like and it wasn't like a full section left or whatever. But
the noise level in overtime was louder than the rest of the game.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree with that. But
engaged.
There were people trying to hit the parking lot, and that was weird to me. And if they tried to listen into the post game or to the end of the game on the radio, apparently, and we weren't listening to it in the press box, but unfortunately, and I don't know what happened. I'm just telling you what did happen is unfortunately the radio call on KKOB went out for the final couple plays of
it just cut to something else, right? They just played like 10 minutes of ads or something.
They lost their connection to the stadium and played commercials until it came back, and it came back when they were basically setting up the post-game show apparently. And
that sucks.
Yeah,
you feel for guys like Rob and Dontrell, like guys who work really hard
for a great call of a great moment, and
it might not ever get heard. Like, well, there'll be recording, but
all right. So we got damn computers are going to steal a championship.
These goddamn computers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, and I'll go over this again. I haven't looked at Sports Source. In the event, obviously Boise won, right? And so in the event of the three-way tie, which we have right now, actually, so I shouldn't say in the event of. That's what's happened right now. It's a three-way tie at 6-2 between Boise State, San Diego State, New Mexico, and then if UNLV wins, it's a four-way tie. In those scenarios, as a number stand right now, when I last went through them for the story and all that as well, so it's not adjusted for the wins, today and all that as well. And I don't know how much all of them will adjust, but it does not look super promising for UNM. And I think there was a little bit of acknowledgement from that from Eck tonight as well.
Yeah.
So hey, look, we'll see what happens tomorrow, obviously, and then we will see what on Sunday as well. By the way, this is when the Mountain West will decide all this as well. I think they do a video conference or something like that.
Well, you can say in the grand scheme of things, they didn't do what they had to do to get to the championship game, if that's how it plays out, right? Because the scenario was there. But down the stretch, they did everything they could do.
They won 6 games in a row.
Yeah, they won 6 in a row.
They took care of business against bad teams.
They won a game at home against the first place team. They did everything they could down the stretch. Basically, since the Boise lost, they did everything they could. Is that accurate?
Yeah, no, they did. No, but
they lost.
They probably could. Now, in the sense of doing everything they could, they probably could have beat Nevada by more than 2 points and stuff like that.
And
those kind of things. We're getting into the net and RPI at that point.
All right, so you watched on the field and then went to the locker room. Stephen Harris is in, so unless a miracle happens, it's no Mountain West championship and a regular bowl.
I don't know if I would say a miracle. I'm going to have to sit down, and it's something I meant to do earlier in the week, but I kind of decided, all right, we'll see if they actually win. I need to look at SP Plus and KPI and all that, and see how much they have changed on a week-to-week basis. And I probably need to send a couple emails out to some of the people that do those formats and those services.
It's been a while since we've had to cover anything to do with like projecting championship metrics.
It's not been a while. It's been like ever.
Ever. By a while, I mean
ever. We're a little new to this.
Yeah, this isn't. It wouldn't be a miracle, but this is like a 8-point basketball spread.
Yeah, and frankly too, like regular, like even if like New Mexico, even if they went to the Mountain West Championship and like lost the Mountain West Championship, like you're saying like regular bowl, probably just gonna get a regular bowl anyways out of that too, right?
Yeah.
So
I talked to Symbieta before the game, by the way.
Oh, what did he say?
Look, Symbieta's in a good spot, man. He's
in a great spot.
Yeah, he's probably going to get New Mexico in the New Mexico Bowl, which would be a 30,000 plus attendance. I will point out that while I already tweeted earlier today, the average home attendance for the UNM Lobos this year is now over 25,000.
This is Geoff Grammer, the liaison of attendance speaking right now.
I have been
want to clear that.
I have been appointed or anointed the liaison of attendance by Jason Eck. They have averaged this year through 6 home games an average announced home attendance of over 25,000. Since last year's 16,001 home attendance, that is a 58.7% increase year over year, which is by far the best increase in FBS in the country. But if they do play in the New Mexico Bowl, if you play in a bowl game in your home stadium, it does count towards your season attendance. So the New Mexico Bowl could still affect the final attendance for this year. There you go. Did you not know that?
I was reacting to something else. Sorry.
So if they play in the New Mexico Bowl, that game attendance counts towards New Mexico.
I did not know that. No, I did not know that.
It is like UNLV games in the Mountain West tournament count as home games, not as neutral court games, even though they are technically neutral court games. Because, whatever. Broncos should
have man. Bronco probably should have kicked that field goal. I haven't seen anything from the post-game press conference on that, but I think our good friends at the Ag Ship, and there's a lot of good reporters out there, so I'm sure they're tackling that one.
Tommy Tom's in on YouTube. It's going to suck when it's a Pac-12 championship game. Boise at San Diego State. Sorry, Mountain West.
I think it'll definitely burn, sir, for some fans of the Mountain West teams that are staying.
Yeah, I think that's true, and yet it's going to be hard for anybody in Albuquerque to be overly upset about what the Lobos
did. The team's 9-3.
They were picked 11th and only by a few points over 12th.
Yeah,
and they just went down to the final game of the regular season and won it. And it's going to go down to a computer metric kind of decision. So I got Yale. Good job, Lobos, last. John's in. Professor Benavides is saying, I've been going to games since I was a freshman in 1987. That's the loudest crowd I've ever experienced at University Stadium. I agree, man.
Loud one.
Like I said, 37,000 were here for that New Mexico State game earlier this year, and it wasn't ever as loud as it was today in overtime. And the rally towels had something to do with that.
I don't know what it is, man. The rally towel, the visual sensation of looking out. It's crazy.
LOL, there were no bad penalty calls either way. Accept your L and move on. It was a good game. This is still the back and forth chirping between a Lobo fan and an Aztec fan. Oscar Ochoa. That was a fun game.
Fun game to cover. I couldn't imagine being a fan for it. Certainly, I think if I was a fan, I would have lost my mind on the Lobstein fumble. But it all worked out for UNM in the end.
Bronco has screwed the Lobos twice now. All right. Just twice.
I think he's head coach at BYU. Probably screwed them a little bit.
Yeah, too. Well, two final regular season games that could have helped the Lobos and didn't.
Yeah.
And also leaving the Lobos could be a third. It depends how you want to count it, really. All right. Boise State has been overhyped in every sport. One loss more than the top two, and they're still in.
We don't know if they're in yet, but the projections that we need to reproject based off the results do have Boise State in.
The projections that we need to reproject.
Yes.
You projecting?
Weather was wild. I remember looking up at the video board and I was like, God, it's dumping out there.
Are the metrics not in our favor?
Not currently.
Not entirely. Yeah, no, not really.
They're not. And again, I'll say this again. It sucks for UNM fans in the sense that it sucks for UNM as a whole. They used to use more traditional BCS style ratings and metrics, the Colley matrix, Anderson and Hester, the Wolf ratings, Massey ratings, and they changed that last year. So
should have gone to Ken Palm.
I'm
telling you, we've talked about this before. I love the metrics in college basketball a lot more than I like the metrics in college football.
So much better. I would love if I had something like Ken Palm to work with, man. And SP Plus pretty good. Like I do like that, and I think Connolly does a lot of awesome stuff with the analytics over there, and I understand methodology behind SP Plus, and I think that's good. But something like Ken Palm would be so good.
Yeah. Somebody did tell me today, "Are you Geoff Grammer?" Didn't body check this person at all. It was a woman up in the press box area, and I said, "Yeah, I am." She's like, "I love your stories. I love reading them all the time. Your stats get a little bit too much for me sometimes, but I still love reading it." And I was like, "Yeah, I've been told that before. I do go a little heavy on the analytics sometimes." Where I think is what this means. Where was Coach? I couldn't find him on the field watching the game.
Yeah, he was. We just put the picture up earlier, but he was sitting in the weight room a lot of it, watching the end of the Boise State-Utah State game. Then he walked out to the end zone, a little past the end zone, I should say, and was standing there with his wife.
I know you guys are saying that this may or may not end up being a Pac-12 Mountain West championship, and yet some people are also saying that the Mountain West screwed San Diego State. Well, here we go. Brooke is in on X saying we need Gloria to make sure the computers the Mountain West uses to factor in the fact that UNM football is the only actual Mountain West team in the group of three, and UNLV football too if they win. UNLV and UNM for a championship. Go Lobos. Yeah, so people, you probably can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
If you think the Mountain West is out to get the departing Pac schools, then I would be. I fully expect you to not expect them to be in the championship tomorrow, but I think they will be. Homer Take is not acknowledging a bad PI call. Okay. Couldn't tell you if it's a good call or not, but
back and forth. Yeah. Well, man, I probably shouldn't have said that just because of the field goal element. I let that one rip, and I was like, not a great take.
Let it rip.
Not a great take on my end. I could use a do to lock in a little more.
Pure effort. They're much bigger.
They are so big. They're all their tackles are nuts.
San Diego State's a fantastic team.
Yeah, and that was something. Yeah, no, and Sutton, man, he is awesome in person, man. He is something to watch. He's special. Christian Washington has also beefed up a bit more too. I thought he did some nice things. Obviously, had the fumble, so I think that was a Brawley forcing that fumble. It was initially Tavian Combs, but yeah, they're big, fast, strong, and it really showed today. So pure effort's a good way to put it.
I do want to go back and make a comment here. I'm not kidding when I tell you I have no idea if it was a good call or not. I am up in the press box and did not watch this game on TV and see a single replay. I not only know,
I got to go back and look at it too.
I got to go back and look at it. I not only don't know if it's
you were also
call,
writing a completely different story.
Yeah,
like I just going like, yeah.
I not only don't know if it was a good or bad call. My point is, I don't think any New Mexico fan cares if it was a good or a bad call. Mild managed.
Mild managed. That's maybe a better way to put it.
All right. Will a UCLA win tomorrow? Yes.
Yes.
Help with the metrics and get the Lobos in the ship.
And it won't get. Well, I don't think it's gonna like get them in. It's a little
gonna hurt.
It's a little hard to say, but exactly, it won't hurt.
Well, what's interesting is that would also help
UCLA
UNLV.
playing a USC in a rivalry game yesterday. So what's up?
UCLA win would also help UNLV.
Yeah.
Which would also help UNM since UNM beat UNLV.
Yeah.
So UCLA has kind of got a 2-factor bump if they win. Had an easy field goal
on the 15 before the fumble. Yeah, no, bad take by me, and it worked out for them in the end.
It is up to the computers now.
Just the computer. The
better to be lucky than good, I guess. Congrats on the luck. Okay. Again, I don't think any Lobo fan for 10 decades, that's right, 10 of them, is going to care if they were lucky. This game brought a tear to my eye, LOL. That's Leonard Dixon on YouTube. Adam Valdez is in. Yeah, Utah State tanked that game. Broncos wouldn't go for it on 4th down inside the 20. Got another one. One loss more than the top 2 teams should be the end all.
Overall record, yeah. Let's go.
The restroom lines. Wambulance sighting. I think we're still talking.
Wham.
Oh, the Aztec man, yes.
Wham.
Press box is neutral ground.
It's supposed to be. I'll tell you my experience. It not always, frankly.
I was told down on the Zia level by one person. I know you're rooting for them to lose, meaning the Lobos. And I don't think the guy was kidding. Like there are some people that still do not think they ever want the Lobos to win in anything. So Aztec for life. None of the back comments can directly acknowledge the point of it being a bad call, which kind of proves the points. All right.
Aztec for life, you're probably playing for a Mountain West championship anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's been a great year. You have an awesome football team. The roster's sick. I don't know why you're on our show.
No, I appreciate you being on.
I mean,
continuing the engagement.
I just don't understand the vision here.
I mean, if that cost San Diego, if that game against the New Mexico Lobo football team came down to one pass interference call, that's a hell of a testament of how far UNM football's come. That it came down to one call that fans are going to bitch and moan about.
It is crazy. I was literally right.
I mean, that San Diego State team's the best team in the league.
I was literally right in the take. Like I was like, because I thought they were going to lose at a certain point. I was shoring up the take. Like, yeah, this game shows how far UNM kind of has to go in some respects. Like they got to get a roster like this, and that's something that I talked about. He's like, we got to get this way. We got to get the size to compete with this, even though. It gets to that level, even though they're not going to be competing against them in the league and all that, but certainly San Diego State's got a good print for done some really nice
things. That roster's fantastic, and for them to be, I mean, if it really came down to one call that they're saying is blown.
Oh, Grammar, give it up, dude. Let's just get these other questions.
What other questions? Has to be one of, if not the best, and certainly one of the most important football games in Lobo history. That's on Sean. That's Sean's ground right there. Sean kind of went through some of these games, and what do you think? Was it the biggest game in Lobo regular season history?
Here's the thing. I don't have like a great feel for like the 97 BYU game and stuff like that. Certainly, I think this one felt more dramatic because it's the regular season finale. The BYU game wasn't that. The total game was the regular season finale. Yep. They won like 51-3 that year. So, the great Felix Chavez, shout out Felix. He threw out an 82 game in the 10-1 season between BYU and UNM as well.
Jim McMahon. Somebody told me pregame that was the Jim McMahon game, but I looked it up I didn't see BYU in the scroll. I'll have to look it up. History was made tonight.
Yeah.
4 hours phone record. Oh, record.
UNLVW. The whole game? Whoa.
If UNLV loses, it reverts to this is Worldwide Liberty on YouTube, by the way. If UNLV loses, it reverts to a 3-way head-to-head tie. If they win, it's BSU and UNM with a 2-1 record against the tied teams.
No, it would go to the metrics if it's a 4-way tie.
Yeah.
Because all the teams haven't played each other. So, no, that's actually not right.
Yeah, the scenarios, the league has sent out the scenarios.
Yeah.
Worldwide, just so you know, like this isn't Sean's opinion of it. It's the league has already.
If UNLV wins, it'll go to a 4-way tie at 6-2, and it'll go to the computers, and it'll probably be San Diego State and UNLV, and that'll suck for UNM because they beat both those teams.
Yeah,
so that's that.
Yeah, but the league has already put out
the
scenarios.
We'll litigate it on social media, as we always do.
Amber's in on X. Enjoyed cheering for the Lobos from Houston. My Lobo student athlete was sad not to be in the stands cheering for her classmates. Go Lobos! It's a great time to be a Lobos fan. Amber's daughter is a star softball player. Ben is in on YouTube. If UNLV wins, it's round robin records. No,
4-way tie.
Yeah, it's not. And then we in?
No.
The metric scenarios are up on the Mountain West website.
Am I wrong? Have I been wrong the whole time? Do I need to look at this again?
I don't know. Why don't you look up the Mountain West website while I go through a few more of these?
Phil just sent out the scenarios.
Yeah. The Duel in the Desert is going on now.
ASU UVA.
Yep. If you're a Lobo fan, you want UNLV to win, then it goes to a 4-way tie, says Benny Ray on YouTube. Is there a new scenario that came out? Because that was the scenario that was just explained by the Mountain West.
If Boise State, New Mexico, San Diego State, and UNLV are 6-2,
that 4-way tie doesn't get broken by anything but metrics.
Yeah, it goes to the metrics. BSU 2-1, New Mexico 2-1, San Diego State 1-1, UNLV 0-2. Metrics.
Lobos versus Boise State. No metrics. Yeah, Lobos versus Boise State or versus Boise in Boise is one person saying. In Boise, best win since.
What do you think? You've been around this program longer than I have.
Best win since I've been working at the Journal. Anyway.
We kind of did this with the UCLA game, but I think this is better than the UCLA game too.
This is better. Much better team. San Diego State is 1962 is what some people are saying. Snap, crackle, pop, snap infraction.
Snap infraction, legal snap. Basically three
straight. Geoff, 3 false start sound better. I agree.
It does.
I agree.
4th and goal from the 30.
4th and goal from the 30 it was. Do the metrics have preseason bias similar to Ken Palm? They're out of if they do, they're out by now.
Yeah. One thing I'll say, it's like ESPN, they like FPI gets a lot of like guff and stuff like that. And FPI is not one of the metrics, but UNM from what I've seen, they do a pretty good job, like SOR and all that as well, FPI too. Dude, I think they do a pretty good job adjusting things for college football throughout the season. Yeah. I think a lot of the stuff preseason can be kind of wonky, obviously, but I think they do a good job reacting to the data. Wonky.
Are we in?
Not as of now.
UNM versus Boise. Another person is saying we don't know yet.
We do not know yet.
Saying if UNLV wins, we are in a 4-way tie.
Yes.
How the hell do we?
We need more. We need more games to happen. That's
So even if New Mexico doesn't make the Mountain West Conference Championship game, would this win help towards UNM getting a bowl game that isn't the New Mexico Bowl?
I mean, maybe there were some people from the Arizona Bowl watching this game today and saying like, "Oh, this is a really attractive team with a really charismatic coach. This would be great to have this guy out because we think that people will watch the Arizona Bowl and all that as well." So maybe there's a scenario where ESPN Events does not pick UNM or whatever for whatever bowl with the second kind of pick. And then the Arizona Bowl gets to come and say, yeah, we'll take that team. Oh, yeah.
I would say there's a better chance that New Mexico ends up in the New Mexico Bowl than there is that New Mexico ends up in the Mountain West Championship game.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I read Lobos aren't in. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. The metrics right now do not favor them. And they needed Boise State to lose. Boise State losing would have gotten into far more preferable scenarios, even if UNLV
Adam Lopez is in on the Andrew Quinn tweet.
Whoa!
Andrew Quinn is a hack.
Oh my goodness!
I'll take a shot at him.
Whoa!
I think the Arizona Bowl. New Mexico doesn't want to go to the Arizona Bowl. I can tell you that. They want to play here. Hey Geoff. I was the one that tripped and
What?
at the stadium. What's up, dude?
Aiden,
Wait, it wasn't
Aiden,
Aiden.
he body checked you.
Yeah, apparently Jeffrey Holland is saying I body checked you. Can you at least tell him I did not body check you? Check you. But you did fall into a pole, right? Right as I was talking to those people.
Yeah, Aiden, are you good? Like,
yeah, how are you?
I guess kind of a thing. Like,
I think you were partying pretty hard. If I'm not mistaken, you were partying pretty hard, Aiden. All right. Was this win bigger than the Washington State game last year?
Yeah, it was. And the Washington State game, that was huge, man, but they didn't even end up making the bowl in that scenario, but it kept them alive. But yeah, that's a big game. This one just more. Yeah, this one was bigger, more dramatic, more on the line.
Yes, actually, but yes,
it's going to the metrics.
Yeah, it is going to the metrics. And a UNLV win will be in the Lobos' advantage for the metrics for sure. I think that's right.
Well, Liberty, I give you credit. You have me like second guessing everything I've like written and talked about and contacted the league about. I was like, oh, this guy knows. I was like,
and now he's agreeing with what you've been saying.
It goes to the metrics.
Thank you. Thoughts on Eck saying Bronco left because of the lack.
I don't think he said that was like the one thing, but he did say like on Tuesday, he's like, yeah, like, like we want the atmosphere and all that. Like maybe like a coach like in the past, like didn't felt there was like a great atmosphere and that was part of the reason why he left and all that. But that's something Broncos never said publicly either, though. He wasn't saying like, oh, the crowds. That's why I had to go. He's made it clear the more public reasons he wants for why he left.
Two of the previous three coaches rather, being Bronco and Bob Davie, did not feel it was the head coach's job to create an atmosphere. Neither one of them engaged with the community. Neither one of them really tried to get fans excited.
Yeah,
their job was to go down on the field and coach a football team, and that was it.
Yeah.
Jason Eck and Danny Gonzalez. Jason Eck and Danny Gonzalez both tried to engage the community and engage the university, and Bronco and Davie did not. I think it is part of their job, frankly.
I agree.
George Marquez, the game was great, and I loved every minute. It was also great to have the national champion, Hampton Samuel, get a great ovation.
Yeah, sometimes,
and he was doing the.
Sometimes you feel bad for when they recognize people during like games. It's just like not a great crowd or whatever, and it's just kind of like, oh no, you had a great crowd and well deserving for. They're not there for half them today, but certainly deserving of a great ovation.
Yeah, how often do cross country runners at San Diego State get a huge ovation during the game? Aztec for life. Yeah, sorry.
I feel like San Diego State's probably got a pretty decent cross country.
I don't think so.
Come on now. A lot of recruits definitely watch the game though. They absolutely do. Big Wednesday coming up.
Boise State's got a good cross country team in the Mountain West.
Bronco is a Mormon. I read that as a different word initially. He was always headed back to Utah. Attendance had nothing to do with it. Yeah, and like Bronco's like talked about like the not in the context of his faith. He's talked more about look, going back to Utah was a terrific opportunity for him. He never thought it was going to be possible to go back to Utah and be closer to his mother, who was put on hospice earlier this year and all that as well. So it's different deal for sure.
I hate to do this one, but you can have it.
In the event of a percentage tie between three or more teams, the following comparison procedure shall be used. Head-to-head winning percentages among the tied teams are compared in a round robin. But are we talking about the four-way tie? Is that the scenario we're talking about right now?
I don't know.
Because everything that's been explained to me at this point is still that the four-way tie, it's going to go to the metrics. If it's a three-way tie, San Diego State, Boise State, New Mexico, it still goes to the metrics.
3 straight penalties, then the KOB feed cut, which I
that's tough.
Wish I could have heard the rest.
That sucks.
This is much like a PI call. I can't tell you the answer. I don't know. Bronco doesn't have a football aura.
I think Eck has. I don't know what football aura totally is, but I think Eck has football aura.
When does Timothy Fuller know?
Sunday. I don't know. I actually, when I step out, when we're done with this, I got to talk to somebody about what Sunday is going to look like from the Mountain West and all that. But I don't know if they do like a video conference. I forgot how they did it in 2023, if they just put out a release or whatever. But yeah, it'll be on Sunday when they figure out. So we'll have all the games tomorrow, and that'll be that.
Eck has football aura.
I'm inclined to agree.
The formula's on the Mountain West website.
Yes.
VMW.com.
After the Saturday games.
VMW.com.
VMW.
After the Saturday games. It's going to be computer no matter what.
Going to the computers.
Hey, Geoff, what game? That game was so loud. I agree with you, Aiden. We need Gloria to make sure the computers. Brooke is in on. Was it Brooke? Brooke, didn't you say this earlier?
Somebody else said
Brooke,
this.
I think you said this on X.
Yeah. You factor in the fact that UNM football is the only Mountain West team in the group of 3 right now with San Diego State and Boise State. Of course, the other 2 teams are leaving for the Pac-12 and UNLV football too if they win. I don't think. Do you think Gloria will do that?
30,575 fans, I think. 45 is what you're saying, you think, but they are putting a 7 where you have the 4. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's going to happen. We're going to have to figure that in this. We're going to figure out, obviously if UNM is playing an extra game in the sense of the Mountain West Championship, we got to figure out when we're going to sit down and eat some fruits.
When are we going to see Coach Eck waving the shirt
he's
wearing? Also, doesn't Sean have to eat some grapes and another fruit?
I do have to. I think we're doing grapes and blueberries.
Yeah, bowl game blueberries.
Blueberries, and then they've won 9 games. I'll eat a grape. I'll eat a grape. So we'll figure out. We'll advertise. We'll make sure everybody gets what they want.
Jeffrey's in.
Day drinkers in full effect.
There's a lot of day drinking going on today. I day drink most of the time. It'll remain I'm sorry, I haven't put it up yet. It will remain the worst. Have in the New Mexico Bowl.
Okay.
I enjoy the New Mexico Bowl.
Actually,
New Mexico Bowl has had some pretty epic games in recent years.
I wish it was still a pre-Christmas bowl, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a great atmosphere. Is a UNLV win better or worse for UNM? Also, is it 0% chance for UNM to host now? Not 0% chance. They have the head-to-head over San Diego State. So if it's a San Diego State UNM game, then that's how that hosting is determined through head-to-head. So I would not say it's a 0% chance. UNLV win. I'm inclined to say worse in the sense that it's just one extra team in there to get pitted against in the 4-way tie if it goes to computers. And from what I was looking at last week, it would be from what I saw last week, if I'm looking at the metrics, it would be UNLV and San Diego State in San Diego for the Mountain West Championship. So I don't think I think a Nevada win in that sense would benefit. But it's also, obviously UNM has the win over UNLV, so that would look better, right? They would finish 10-2, and UNM beat a 10-2 team on the road.
Want to talk about horrible PI calls? No,
Ooh.
I don't.
Ooh.
But if you do, Greg's a Saints fan.
It's tough, Greg.
All right, Lobo's got too greedy and one at the touchdown. Should have took the 3. Yes.
Yeah.
Been over some of this stuff. All right. Why would Utah State go for it on 4th down when they had a chip shot to increase the lead to 8 in the 4th quarter?
So I was able to frankly, I was with the exception of kind of the final 2 minutes, I wasn't locked in on this Boise State Utah State game.
There's a lot going on right after the game.
There was a lot, and I was kind of more I got to make sure I get down and walk around and talk to some people and feel like we'll do a decent job, but kind of documenting this as opposed to just locked in on the screen. So I'll do this game later on.
This one's an interesting one. Aztecs are bad at away games. They've won a lot of games this year. And this is our first noon game. Today's game started
They're
at 1:30.
3-2 on the road, I think? Well, they were 3-2 entering today, so now they're 3-3.
3-3.
Undefeated at home.
Go Green.
Yes.
University of Michigan and Ohio State both suck.
Go White, Timothy.
I hope.
Timothy, will you be in Ford Field for the most lethargic MSU football game day environment ever?
Imagine not getting a personal foul called for hitting our quarterback after the whistle, then getting your ass kicked by UNM on your way out of the conference door. Go cry somewhere else. Moving right along. There were recruits for San Diego State there. Ooh. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you, Aztec fan. But did you all see that unsportsmanlike conduct when the Lobo threw the Aztecs shoe?
That is Brawley who threw it, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, dude. Crazy.
Grab it.
Who was it? Was it Marco Wilson who did it for Florida in 2020 against LSU?
Yeah, sure. I don't remember. Who it was.
No, wait. Do I have it flipped? Never mind.
I don't remember.
We'll talk about it later.
Will we? That was the only questionable call. That was it. There's only one questionable call the whole game.
Whole season.
Yo, I've read the tiebreaker scenarios like 20 times, and I swear if UNLV wins, it does not go to the computer metrics. I don't know if my reading comprehension is off or the document is worded poorly.
Ben, I will give you this. Like, it is kind of a pain to understand, and like the way it is like kind of a pain to understand. I'm going off this. I've reached out to the league on this in this exact scenario. I emailed the Mountain West and got a response back, and the response back I got was, if UNLV wins, it's going to go to a 4-way tie determined by computers. So that's what I have from them. Yeah, that's the way we've understood it. That's the way it's been explained by other people as well. Within UNM and the Mountain West put stuff out, so that's what I've had.
Lobo player should have looked for the San Diego State player that was missing a shoe and gave it back, Cinderella style, really. Respect is everything. Yeah,
respect is everything.
It is better than tossing the shoe, that's for sure. I would agree with that. Or you could just leave it.
Yeah,
All right, not bad for a team who was picked to finish in last place, 11th to be fair, 11th out of 12, not last.
11th. Nevada was picked last.
Yeah. Now it shows how far the program has come in less than one season. UNM now has a chance to maybe play for a conference championship in 2025, and also 9-3 for the end of the season.
Yes, I've pulled this up again. This is from my email to the Mountain West. If UNM beats San Diego State, which they did, if Boise State beats Utah State, which they did, and if UNLV wins, which we've been talking about, a 4-way tie at 6-2, how would that scenario be determined? They said computer metrics would decide. There you go.
But what does the league know about the league scenario?
What does the league know?
Erickson. Bronco's such a bum. All he had to do on 4th and 2 inside the 10 was kick a farm field goal and go up 8. Bronco. Kick it, dirt bum.
He kicked dirt over the field goal.
People can't handle the stairs, I noticed. Greatest game in our history, Geoff. Looked cool as hell walking into the game as well. Poised. Go Lobos.
Do you have like a little entrance? Did you have like a scene? Like
a few autographs.
Wow.
JT, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. It says if any of the tied teams did not play each other, then it goes to the computer. SDSU, UNLV did not play each other.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
You and your friends don't say, yo, homie, hit that.
Grammar does like to dabble in kind of new age slang, what the kids are saying, 6, 7.
I'm just saying, man, I'm born and raised in New Mexico. You're trying to tell me I've never said, yo, homie, hit that. I made a little noise there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ben too. Like I'm not like I'm not trying to be like I'm not trying to be like
that's lame.
I'm not yeah. I'm not trying to be, whatever. We've already cussed. I'm not trying to be a dick. Like it's just like that's the way it's been explained. Like
let's go through this rapid fire. Oh, I see.
Yeah, Ben. Sorry. Yeah, like we're not trying to argue. It's just like
quarterback draws are bad ideas. Not
always. Not necessarily.
We want UNLV to win tomorrow. Lobo fans do.
I think UNLV loss would still benefit UNM probably more than a UNLV win. But whatever.
What about the fake push,
run around, touchdown? Yeah, that was awesome. Great play call. They gave a great answer on that. Ben, they might get hosed on metrics, man. It's a real possibility.
Great quote from Dontrell. It sounds like the pit, but outside. Glad you guys can be honorary Lobos for this game.
Dontrell was fired up.
Yeah,
Dontrell was fired up, dude.
Lobo up. Do the metrics have preseason bias?
We already did this.
Yeah, we don't know. I think they're out if they do. Aztec for life coming into Lobo postgame and crying. This peak Aztec fan. Bronco Mendenhall screwing UNM a year later is crazy. The cable lobby paid for their
for sure.
Probably. Losing to San Jose State sunk us.
Didn't
help.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Sunday is the day. A lot of people. Yeah, I say if UNLV wins, it's going to be UNM and Boise State in Boise, period.
I would not be mad at it's not what it reflects right now, but anything is kind of possible. We're just talking about what's realistic. I would not mind another trip to Boise. I enjoy Boise, Idaho. Fun town.
You hear that silence and feel that giant gust of wind? It's Aztec fan getting silent after they took a gut punch from UNM. Hope they talk for weeks about this loss. UNM versus BSU rematch.
It'd be a fun game. And they'll probably have Madsen back. Who are some potential opponents for UNM in the New Mexico Bowl? New Mexico Bowl.
I don't remember.
Tie-ins. Yeah. It feels like they've changed a lot. They have
changed an awful lot.
Yeah, give me a second. But Conference USA is one tie-in, so you can go through a bevy of Conference USA teams.
So we got a question: how do other conferences handle this, or is it pretty consistent across FBS? I don't know that the computer metrics answers the question in a lot of leagues. I don't think.
No,
it does.
I don't think it does. And it's more. I think it's more. Yeah, I got to look into if another one uses these particular metrics, actually, because I do think that's a worthy question. Why these metrics, right? And I think that some people are going to have real questions about when if UNM gets left out, or if UNLV gets left out, and stuff like that. So yeah,
I'm getting season tickets next year, for sure.
For sure.
Eck get a major raise from attendance.
Yeah, he's got that in his contract.
I kind of don't think the bonus is going to come into play. I think they're going to have a restructured contract before the bonus gets paid out.
Difference between Aztec football and Lobo football. Answer: Lobo football won their must-win game tonight. They did win it.
They did. Lobos are going to win the championship, period. All right. Well, show's over.
All right.
If they don't get in, just remember that we took down the first place Aztecs. Think of it as a regular season championship tonight.
And this is something Eck talked about a little bit too. They're probably going to get rings, because they don't know if they're going to put the conference championship kind of thing on it, but they tied for the conference lead, and if they don't play for the Mountain West championship, then they're probably going to get rings because they can do that as well. They want to recognize that, and they said, yeah, we'll have our heads held high. We did everything we could down the stretch. So,
all right. So check this out. Steven's asking, if you guys were Eck and offered a quality P4 job in the next week or so, would you guys leave? I think the key there is quality P4 job.
Yeah.
I think he's about to be getting paid $2 million a year here, and his staff is going to get a raise. I think that's about to happen at UNM.
Yep.
Until it happens, I'm not saying it's done.
You have built something that that should be successful next year. You should still be probably you have an understanding that you'll be considered a quality candidate next year as well.
His coaching staff, his family is just loving this year in Albuquerque.
Oh yeah.
And frankly, if they don't get to the Mountain West Championship, you kind of have we didn't accomplish everything. There's almost a sense of it's not going to get better than this if they do. So maybe you don't want them to get in. I'm kidding. You want to get in. But yeah, I think that quality is the word to your question there, Steven.
Would you leave for Cal?
He is and he is in a position right now where I think he's going to get $2 million, and he's going to turn down $3 or $4 million maybe. I don't know about 4, but he who knows? I don't know what the magic number is, but I think he's about to get $2 million at UNM, and he can, if he parlays this year's success into one more year, or maybe even 2 years of success, a top level power conference job,
Big Ten job,
not just a mid level or a quality job. I think a big job is I really think his name is kind of on the hey, let's keep an eye on Jason Eck for high level jobs, not just quality jobs.
It's a thought I've had, there's some pretty well-resourced, rock solid, American jobs right now. Memphis is the most well-resourced team in the American. USF, is also they're doing nice works there. North Texas actually is they've stepped their game up. And it was a thought, would he, if Silverfield left for Arkansas or something like that,
right,
from left Memphis for that, would he go to a bigger G5? And I just don't think that's the case. I think his next move, he will be a P4 job.
All right, we're going to sort of rapid fire some of these guys. There is still some work to be done. Also, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns over 40 yards and 4th down was wild.
Yeah, crazy.
Justin's in on YouTube. Do the metrics have a preseason bias?
Question.
Yep.
Yeah.
We went from hosting a championship to getting left out completely a matter of 20 minutes today. I don't know that.
Well, it was with the Boise game still in play, because if Boise lost, the hosting scenarios were really good there.
My bad. Let's do it together, Sean. Come on.
Yeah. We'll eat these grapes.
Assuming Lobos play in the New Mexico Bowl, X said they may not do some of the activities since they've already done some of them. So what will they do?
I don't know for sure, but he did. You're absolutely correct. He said at a certain point, like, yeah, we would have to get creative and kind of like making sure it's more of a special experience and all that as well. Because they're not, if Fresno State's coming in or whatever,
I don't know that they're going to do the tram.
Yeah, that's a different deal, right? Like, I think a lot of the guys have already done the tram and stuff like that. So they said they would have to get creative. But
they'll still do like in Old Town, they could do a prep rally and stuff like that. They'll still do that. But yeah, okay.
I'm not 100% sure though.
All right. I think a bigger bowl game like the Arizona Bowl or Potato Bowl. I don't think those are bigger games.
Yeah.
Like financially, they're not when you can stay here and save money to pay Eck.
The Arizona Bowl, like, feels bigger. I get that in the sense that, like, it's just a different game than the New Mexico Bowl. But I don't think it's really that much bigger of a game at all.
Yay, coach gets his payday. Attendance. Will wins by UCLA and Michigan help?
They should.
Yeah,
they should.
This Aztec guy is a troll. The game was reffed perfectly. Don't forget our performance against Michigan. That will likely help. Troll. All right. Yeah, and how about the delay of game? The ref didn't call for San Diego State's first touchdown. I don't even recall that one. Didn't see that one. Does it help Lobos if UNLV win for a 4-1?
I don't know for sure. I'm saying no right now, though.
San Diego State fans crying. Is it March already?
Tiki taco.
Yes, for sure. Yes, you guys are way behind. No, you are correct. Yeah, I don't know which ones these are all answering.
Again, the preseason bias question. Seen it 6 times. Yeah. Oh my God, there it is.
Justin, come on now. I guess to the computer.
It goes to the computers no matter what.
If I were an Aztec fan and came on here because I missed the game and asked you guys to tell me the final score, what would you say? 23-17?
17, double overtime.
Double overtime. I get what you're doing there.
It should help. Should help.
Michigan wins. Should help the Lobos. How many Mountain Dews, Grammar?
He's on 5, folks. He is on 5. Do you have is that the 4th one over there?
4.5. So this will be
5. Wow. This man, ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing a man crush Dews.
I'm all hopped up on
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Brazil. When will we know the bowl game? Yeah, so the bowl game will be...
That will be after next weekend. That's Sunday.
It could be as early as next Sunday.
Yeah.
Didn't see it. Ask Cross, he called it. I believe you. Just missed that one. Hey, crying San Diego State fans. Enjoy playing powerhouse programs like Oregon State and Texas State. So the refs blew 2 calls and the PI. When will we know who is in the championship game?
Sunday.
Remember that time San Diego State got beat by the team picked to finish last in the Mountain West? I do. It was like 4 hours ago. Aztec fan, all up in their feelings tonight, is a good thing. Hito. 9-3 season is awesome. If we don't make the Mountain West Championship, oh well.
There's a lot to be proud of this year, man. I mean, resurrected the program in all respects. 9-3 means a lot around here too. Like there's not a ton of 9-3 seasons, and man, if they got to 10-3, winning the bowl game or something like that, then that's even better, man.
Next year is going to be awesome with this momentum. I just hope we get some more playmakers on the offensive side, some Grizzlies in the trenches.
Yeah, I think you're going to need some. You're going to have to. I think you're going to have to hit the portal and look at some kind of like proven receivers and stuff like that as well. I'm very curious to see the guys that might decide, hey, I want a different opportunity, and I might look somewhere else on this offense. If something like that kind of happens. I do think they're in an okay spot with the offensive line. They're going to bring back Robnett, I'm pretty sure. Tassi has done some good stuff this year. Malik Lane will be back.
Though, yeah.
So yeah,
sounds like a very parental time for a parental comment. People need to pay attention to class. Regardless of what year, what a year. Unbelievable turnaround. Go fans.
Go local media. Let's go. Look, did you hear the stands chanting? Local media.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was awesome.
Journalism rocks.
When I say local, you say media.
Local. Okay, do it. Make sure it's cotton candy grapes. Yeah. Why did UNM kick?
Why didn't UNM kick the field goal? They were trying to center the ball, and they ended up playing their way out of it. I mean, they made it work.
Drama
in the end,
is the answer. They wanted drama.
Not the greatest call. How about the Mean Green? Took care of business against Temple. Will play. I believe they're locked in for the American Championship. I'm so proud of the boys in Denton, man. Those guys. Awesome season from the Mean Green, man. Shout out Coach Morris, too. He's going to do great things at Oklahoma State. But let's win a conference championship.
Enrico is in. Greetings from New York City. Timothy Fuller's in. Not taking the trip to Detroit. Terrible snow incoming. Yeah, I heard there's a snowstorm.
Mike Valani may be there to complain about Smith and you know what? And I get it. I get it, man. It's really odd. And Smith had the terrible answer earlier this week too. And I think Solari asked him, like, have you kind of talked to these guys? I mean, how do you feel about your job security? And Smith just said, that's always a good question. It's terribly awkward, but yeah, I don't blame you for not making that trip to Detroit. They're like giving away tickets to that game.
John, where'd you pick UNM?
10th.
Such a hater.
I stink.
It's chaos in the Mountain West.
Darn right.
What point do they kick you guys out?
We're kind of reaching that point.
It's a good question. I could do some grammar vision and show you that Frank Mercogliano is still here. Where can we find Postgame, and having the game on CBS sucks?
You are in the Postgame right now.
Yeah.
You are.
You're talking about this Postgame.
You're talking about the Postgame press conference. That'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
If it's not already up, it'll be on pretty soon.
Yeah, you look up UNM Athletics or UNM Lobos on YouTube. They post the press conferences there. You only get CBS if you pay for cable. No one has cable. Very few people do. Surprised the Lions lost yesterday.
I don't know if I'm surprised. Green Bay's playing well.
Yeah. At this point, 2 games, Mountain West teams versus Pac-12 teams. That would be kind of cool, right? Have a little 4-team Mountain West playoff.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
How surprised are you with the outcome of the season? Like, seriously, we were hoping for wins.
I thought they could absolutely challenge for a bowl. I thought that was 100% in play with some of the things that they had on offense. And, I felt this was going to be a good defense this year. Probably not even one of the best defense in a while, frankly. I didn't think it was going to get to this level, though. 100%. I kind of had to recalibrate. Wow, that is loud. I had to recalibrate. That was really loud. I had to recalibrate a lot of my expectations throughout this season for sure. So definitely surprising. If you had told me his team won 9 games, yeah, I would have said, like, man, their offense is hitting at this crazy stride and stuff like that. And really, a lot of this 6-win streak has been really a lot about the defense.
You guys send an email to Mark Ziegler and tell him to eat dirt, respectfully.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with tonight's game. He just did basketball.
Yeah, I've only met Ziegler once.
I was texting him earlier. Well, yeah, we're trying to fast track this. Let's be honest.
Good sports staff at the San Diego Union Tribune. Sorry.
Yeah, screw the defectors. Very emotional win.
For sure.
Also, I live in San Diego. Been to a few San Diego State games. That attendance is pathetic.
It's kind of, Snapdragon's kind of in a weird place. Like, it kind of threw me off when I was going out there.
That if the MLS team and them, they can't host anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy too, right? So they would have to play at Petco. If they hosted the San Diego State.
So San Diego State
hosted the Mountain West Championship.
San Diego State hosts the Mountain West Championship football game. They're playing at Petco Park baseball field.
That actually might be a better atmosphere, honestly. Yeah. More people could come from bars and stuff like that.
Hey dudes, for us late arrivals, can you give us a quick rundown of the tiebreaker? Go for it.
Right now, the way it stands is that if UNLV loses, then it'll just be Boise State, New Mexico, and San Diego State, and that one would go to the computers. And then for the reflection of the 2 teams, the highest composite average of the ratings, and then if UNLV wins, then it'll be wait, hold on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 4-way tie. It'll go to the computers. So
4-way tie should be decided by each team's beat writer.
Wow, I love this. All right, so that would be, me, BJ, Kirk Kenny. And then who from UNLV would be Cofield or probably not Cofield for beat writer.
Callie's still on leave.
Oh yeah. Ooh. She did run college track though, so that's an issue.
About the non-call when San Diego State hit Lane about 5 seconds after the false start call. Lobos were clutch on 4th down today, 2 40-yard runs on 4th and 1 roster.
Made up for a 1-11 day on 4th down. I believe that's how they finished.
All the questions that we have in
Holy
the queue.
cow.
Oh, wait, we do got one more up at the top here. What happens, Geoff, if basketball and football team play at the same time? I'm on basketball.
He's on hoops, folks. He is on hoops.
Oh, we got some more of those weird timing things. Valerie's in. Val, what's up? I've been crying off and on since the game ended. So proud. I'm sure you're waving a flag somewhere. Val's awesome. All right, guys. Sean's got some more work to do.
I gotta get it done quickly.
Yeah, we do appreciate you guys for helping us out with this show. I will right now tell you that we're at 2,292 views so far on this stream. And I appreciate you guys, every single one of you, for being here, including the Aztec fans. And this has been fun, guys.
It's been fun. A programming note. Usually we do the weekly, one of the weekly shows right after Jason next Tuesday press conference. We don't know when that press conference is going to be quite yet. If they do make the Mountain West Championship, that press conference will be on Monday. So we would probably do a show right after that. I'm assuming. Would that work for you? We can talk about it off air.
I got a game Monday night. That's all I can do.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. If they make it, then they'll have the press conference Monday. If they do not make the championship game, we don't know when that next availability is going to be. And we'll have to figure out a time to do another show. But thank you everybody once again for producing our show. Awesome.
Dues up.
Dues up.